So here we are with
John, Cowboy John.
of Cowboy John's Tours out of Elko.
That's right.
Correct. We're starting the Ruby Crest Trail. We've got the mountains in the background here. So if you guys need a shuttle,
I'm it.
this is your man right here. So Cowboy Tours, Cowboy John Tours, right?
Yeah, you don't just get the shuttle. You get all the experiences as well.
You get a lot of local flavor and history.
Yeah.
So when you come out, make sure to contact this gentleman here. He'll get you taken care of. So I'll give you a little panorama of our starting point right here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. We got Pearl Peak in the background back there. And yeah, so it's Wednesday, about, what time we got, Matt?
Almost 9:30.
About 9:30. So it's going to be a beautiful day for us. So we'll check in from time to time. So here we are at the trailhead proper. It was about 1.8 miles from where Cowboy John had dropped us off of road. We've got someone else that came in all the way to drop their vehicle off. So yeah, this is the start, I believe the start of trail proper. It does look like we have some tracks that go up, so maybe it'll continue up as a road where ATVs can go and whatnot, and maybe there's actually a better trail proper. Maybe even maybe this isn't trail proper. Maybe I just think it is. So if I come to another trail proper, we'll check in there. And I bet there might be, now that I think about it. Cool. So here we are. We are about 4.8 miles from where we got dropped off. It is, I think, almost 11:30. So we're going to take a little stop. Pretty much the entire time we've been hiking on this kind of like a ATV double track that looks like the ATVs have pushed this far up. Quite a little bit of a shame, but looks like behind me is the start of the single track, single lane hiking trail. So yeah, so we're just here at this little crest pass on the Ruby Crest Trail. So just give you a little view of what we got going on down here. Nice little spot to take a little break, hang out. We're moving along super quick. We got to slow our pace down. So what we're going to be doing is the trail goes over there, and we'll probably be camping, I believe, over in one of these drainages. Maybe that far drainage is, I think, where we're going to be camping. So or possibly the next one over. So I'll check in from time to time. So still a gorgeous day up here. So yep, not too shabby. Oh yeah, that's the Elko area off that direction. This is looking west off this way. This is west, and then obviously north that way. So, all right, feeling good. Gonna take some ibuprofen. Make sure I stay that way. Where are we at?
Apparently we are on the Ruby Crest Trail, and we've just got into the wilderness.
There we go. Humboldt National Forest.
That's right.
Ruby Mountain Wilderness.
Yep.
So, beautiful day. Beautiful day. Let's continue on. So we got these crazy pinnacles or features here that we've come up to. I got one right there, but there's got to be some good climbing to it. So looks like there's a meetup for the trail over there. I hope that's not it. I hope it's behind these rocks. So we'll check in a few. All right, here we are. We're basically at the last pass or crest before we head down to camp. Behind us here, we'll be heading down into this gully around the corner, and that's where we're going to be setting up camp for the evening. So I just wanted to kind of give you a view of what we got in front of us, which is behind me, and where we came. It's a pretty nice view back over here. Yeah, that's what we just hiked through, all through there. And then we're thinking we had lunch. If you come down this slope here, and then there's a rock right there and a little blip, and then down. We think we had it in that first little dip between those two little knolls, between not all the way down to that thing over there. So yeah, pretty nice. I can see the trail down there. It's probably pretty hard to see on the GoPro, but feeling good. We are at just about 8.5 miles. So we've only got another about a mile and 1.3 miles to go, but it's all downhill. So we're looking good and feeling good. So it is, what time is it? I don't have your watch. Let's see here. It is just shy of 2 o'clock. So yeah, so that means we were over there at, what was it, 11:30 we said?
Yeah.
Having lunch, and then so I said it's 2, so 2.5 hours of doing that gully behind us.
Not too bad.
All the way over here. So yep, good times.
Yep.
And then there's obviously the first part of the ruggedness off that direction of the rubies. So we got a jet flying over us, so we'll check in a bit. Peace. So this is South Fork of Smith Creek drainage right here in front of us. You're going to see another drainage over a hump. That's Middle Fork, I'm assuming, and then North Fork. The way I've got the camera pointed front and center, there's a big green patch there. I think that is where we're going to start our ascent up that green patch to the right in front of us here, up that slope there. And tomorrow Liberty Lake, I'm assuming, is going to be behind that slope. So yeah, just wanted to get another shot of it. We're heading down, but a little bit of a different view from this spot. So check in a bit. So we're hiking down to South Fork of Smith Creek, and we come through this stand of aspen, and we see these huge kerns like that one right there. And Matt came up with a good idea, which I think is appropriate, that during the spring and summer, when this place is so flourishing, it's hard to see the trail. And so we think they put those kerns there in order to see the trail. So beautiful little spot. I want to take a photo of those. All right, this was camp for our first night. We are about 8:30. Crashed pretty early. Rain off and on all night long. So, but we were inside, so no biggie. It was about 50 degrees when we woke up this morning. So yeah, start of day 2. It's going to be an interesting day. We've got a pretty hefty climb up and over to Overland Lake. So I will show you that as we continue on. Something we got pretty nice over here is we got a stream just off behind us. We're going to be crossing the stream and heading up that direction. So, yep, we'll be moving on. I'll check in a bit. I'm going to show you the crazy climb when we get. All right, so we just left South Fork of Smith Creek. That's where we camped last night. You can see the trail cut in here, and it drops into, I'm assuming, Middle Fork of the Smith Creek. You can see it over there, kind of going up and around this bend here into North Fork of Smith Creek. And it goes up, and this is kind of our ridge right here. I can't really make out the trail, but I guess we're going to be climbing up this ridge, and I'm assuming we're going to be coming up over here versus up over there. So that's where the majority of our gain is going to be. Now I might be totally wrong, and we might be going over here, but we got a shot of it at least to see kind of what's going on. But as you can tell, gorgeous day. Greeted us this morning, so we'll continue on and check in a few. So we initially thought we would be going, I showed you where we thought we'd be going, kind of up this slope right here in front of us, but looking at the map, it really looks like we're going to be going more up this slope, straight up the canyon, which is nice because that one looked really steep, while this one's steep. It's not as steep. So the things we thought we were going to do earlier that I talked about, we didn't, or not, and I think we got a new perspective on it. I think we're just heading straight up here. So I'm thinking basically right in the middle there, not the lowest point, but off to the left of the lowest point you see there is where we're going to be crossing possibly. So I'll continue to check in. I'll check in at the start. So at least to the ridge, my guess was right. We are a little bit to the left of that really low point I pointed out in the last video. We're about almost 4.5 miles from where we started this morning, and I'm just about to crest the ridge, so or get on the ridge. So I'm gonna give you guys a view. You can see behind me off that direction, looks like we still might have some to go up rather than dropping down, but once I get up here I will be able to see a little better what has in store for us. So kind of wrapping around here, you can see back down below me there's Love off over there about center, and you can see where we came up, trail way off in that direction. So yeah, let's go up here to the ridge and see if we're going to be dropping down or if we're going to be continuing up a little more. I thought once we got up to the ridge here we would be able to see Overland Lake, but you know what, by the looks of it, looks like we might have to continue up a little more, because that drainage right there, we're not going to be necessarily dropping down into, I don't think. So it looks like we're gonna have to come up and around this thing that's right in front of me. I don't know if we're gonna go to the right of it or to the left. So not really a false summit. We did get up to the ridge, but not what we expected to drop down. We still have some more climbing to go. So as you can see, quite the views. Quite the views. We are currently at just shy of 10,000 feet, thereabouts, about 9,911. So it's nice and cool up here. The clouds are obscuring the sun. Got a little bit of a breeze, so it's keeping us nice and cool. At least me nice and cool. So, and then you can see way off in the distance, right? Basically center frame, where we came around yesterday. I think we might have even had lunch at that spot, possibly way over there. So I'll have to take a look at the map again to see kind of what we got going on. All right, I'll check in when we crest and get to a view spot of Overland Lake when we get there. So I'll check in a few. So my guess was right. We did go around to the right side of that knoll in the last video. We gained about 100 feet, so we're about 10,001 right here. And this gives us our first look at Overland Lake down there. Actually, there's two of them. I didn't realize there's two of them. So one of them's Overland Lake. I think the bottom one. So got a little bit of a breeze going. What you can see now is we've got our view of where we're going to be heading. We're going to be going down the Overland Lake, dropping down around. You can see the trail off that direction. Then wrapping back up to that ridge and following that ridge all the way over. So beautiful views up here, as you can tell. Not too bad. It was about 4 3/4 miles from where we camped at the South Fork of the Smith Creek. So we do have a steep downhill down to Overland Lake. Time wise, it is, let's see here, what time is it? It's 11:11. Started, I want to say about 8:30 this morning, if I remember correctly. The video probably says it. But so we were planning on spending the night down at Overland. Oh, it looks like there's a little cabin or something down there. So we were planning on staying down at Overland, but with it being such a short day, we're thinking about hiking on to make tomorrow a shorter day, because tomorrow was going to be a 12-mile day. So we think we're going to take a chunk out of that and continue on past Overland Lake. So let's see if I got Matt coming up over here. He was a little bit behind me when I crested back there with the last video, but let's see if we can see him coming up now. Oh. Sure enough, there we go. Got Mr. Love coming up. So Once he gets up here, we'll take a little bit of rest, chill out, and then head down. So we'll check in a bit. So, how you feeling, Matt?
Pretty tired.
Pretty tired?
Pretty tired.
The altitude getting to you?
Probably just a lack of training. Lack of upward gain training.
Oh,
Wow, look at this.
yeah, isn't that awesome? And it looks like there's a little hut down there. But so that's Overland Lake. So we got a little bit of a drop, and there's gonna be another drop after that. So yeah, I just figured we could take a little rest here before we head down.
Yep.
So enjoy the scenery. Maybe dry off a little bit. Not too shabby, right?
Jumpers.
Here's a great view of Overland Lake. It's absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. Got some water streaming down the rocks there where you see it's all black. I think we're gonna maybe go over to that little rock and have lunch. So beautiful, beautiful little lake. We were planning on camping here tonight, but it's only like noon. So we're gonna press on and continue further on. So we'll check in a few. Yeah, when I was taking photos up top and video up top, I happened to see something that looked like a shelter, and sure enough, looks like a shelter up here. Don't know how old it is. Looks pretty dang old, but man, what a nice reprieve if things were to get nasty up here. Oh yeah, nice, fairly big. Oh, someone left a chair. Some other things and whatnot. So in a pinch, could definitely get away. In here, someone left a book. And some ice truckers and other stuff. So something looks like a pump. But Overland Lake. I think we'll stop and have ourselves a bite to eat. Maybe take off our boots and soak our feet for a little bit. But not too shabby. Not too shabby. So here we are, about 2 miles past Overland Lake. We have this beautiful little waterfall that's greeting us, and we're actually going to continue on to the second water source to pick up water, but 2 miles past Overland, you have this nice little bit of water source here, so quite beautiful. Oh, we got some trash here. So I misspoke last time. That was only a mile to that water source past Overland, and so now we're at the second spot where we're going to fill up all our water. And it's a great little water source. It is, let's see here, 5.7 basically at Overland, and now we're at 7.4. So a mile and an eighth, or a mile, 1.8 miles to this water source past Overland. So we're gonna drink as much water as we can, and then fill up, and then continue on. This is just making tomorrow that much easier for us. So just wanted to kind of give you a view of what we have going on around here. Quite nice. And then we'll continue on, and hopefully we'll get a good camping spot. We talked to some people. It says like there's a good spot up here in a bit. Might be a little exposed, but that's all right. Should be for some great views. We'll catch up with you later. So here we are. We hiked about almost 5 miles past where we originally were going to camp, so now we're up about 10,000 feet. We actually have Overland Lake. You can kind of see over here, you've got some snow. You got snow up in there. Then you got snow here, some snow on the ridge. You can follow that down. There's the lake right there. So, yeah, here we are. I believe this is called Long Canyon down here for obvious reasons. Here we've got the ridge we'll be hiking tomorrow, up and over there, down off that direction. So, and then we're actually camped right behind some trees right now. We just got our tent set up. It's about 4 o'clock. We're all set up for whatever comes our way. So we'll see how bad it gets tonight. Supposedly today was where it was supposed to be bad weather, like really bad weather. So yeah, I'm so glad we're not over there. Over there, that is bad over there. So we'll just hang out. We're all set and buckled in for bad weather. So I'll go get another shot from out there. That little spot over there. So I'll see you in a second. So looks the wind is taking a lot of the audio away, so I'm going to stay out of the shot, but you can see our trail down there we get to do tomorrow off that direction, and we're going to be going up and over that summit and peak. It's going to be a fun one. And then you can see, I think that might be Liberty Peak, that really pointy one possibly. Then we got maybe Ruby Dome off over there. Can't see our tent. Oh, we got some sun shining through. But we're just over there by those trees. Still some snow up here. Pretty amazing. Yep. And yeah, once again there's Overland Lake over there. That was a long hike to get from over there to here. So you can see our trail down off over there. But we knocked out a lot of miles today that we were going to have to do tomorrow, so it's going to make tomorrow that much easier. So let's just hope that we don't wake up to too much rain or snow in the morning, so we can pack up in the dry and get on with it. Alright, might check in a little bit. So yeah, here's our tent tucked up here nice and neat. A little bit of shade, protection from the wind with this tree. I know people are probably like, oh, you're up on a ridge and you can get struck by lightning. But I guess there's worse ways to go, I guess. There's a few other trees around that are higher to strike. So it is gorgeous around here. It is quite beautiful. It's quite a drastic change from yesterday. Yeah. Man, stuff moves quickly. The sun's gone, the wind blows, and it's cold, and then moves on, the sun comes out, and then it's not too bad. So we'll bundle up, hang out, enjoy the day, then cook us some dinner later on. Maybe I'll get some other shots. Get the iPhone out, get some stills. So, peace out. So here we are. What time is it, Matt? You don't know. It's probably about
like 6.
Probably about 6 o'clock. Been in here about 5-ish or so. Rain off and on, hail. So we're just kind of hunkered down right now. You can kind of hear the wind whipping around. It's been pretty windy. We're hoping that it dies down so we can cook some dinner. So we'll check in a few. We're almost to the top. It's bananas. I'm 40 or 50 mile per hour gust. We're about 11,000. We're almost about to go over crest. It's trying. It's quite trying to get here. Oh yeah, buddy. I almost had to stop. Sorry about that, Matt. But this is too cool to not document.
Yeah, it's all good.
We're kind of high up there. We crested that thing. Alright, so we just went over our third summit for the day, and that should be kind of everything we have going on for the day, really hardcore. So just want to give you a view. Still dealing with a lot of wind, still got some frost, but we did it. So we're going to find some reprieve and get something to eat, and we'll continue on. So we just passed the pass in between Furlong and Farver Lake. It's just up there to where I'm kind of pointing the camera. And I just wanted to give you guys a little view. It's pretty spectacular over here of us dropping into this basin. I'm not sure what basin it is. I guess it might be Farver Basin or what have you. But and then just over there, behind that dealio, is where we're going to be camping, and I believe Independence Pass. So it's been a rough morning. 50 mile per hour winds, cold, not a lot of sun, but we did it. So check in with you in a few. Here we are at Liberty Pass, looking down into the canyon. We were going to camp at Liberty Lake, but then we decided there's so much daylight and there's pizza to be eaten that we're just going to go ahead and hike on out. So feeling pretty good now. We're going to stop and get a little something in our tummies and head down. Hopefully I can make it down. I'll check in periodically. All right, here we are at the intersection for Lamoille, you got me all screwed up, Lake, and we're about 2 miles to go down to the trailhead. We're about 12 miles right now, so it'll be about a 14-mile day for us. So things are looking gorgeous, beautiful. It's about a little after 3:30, so we should be down by about 4:30. And then it's time for For Matt, just pizza. And for me, beer and pizza. So we'll check in when we get down to the bottom. Peace. Yeah. So, time-wise, we're going to be right about 14 miles, but we just got a really good view of the parking lot. So, I told Matt I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. He was going to have to go down and get help, but, you know, he believed in me and coerced me to dig deep and continue on. So we will just want to kind of give a panorama of what we have going on here, where we were before we get down to the trailhead one last time, where there's going to be cars and people and what have you. Not too shabby. There we are. It is a smidge before 4:30. Got 14.1 some odd miles, and in 3 days we did it. Knocked it out. Today was a pretty big day, but we survived. So we're here at the trailhead. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. I had a good view for you guys back there. And I got a good view this way also. But I think we saw a total of 6 backpackers on the trail those 3 days, so it was a good time. Ruby Crest Trail, done. Off the list. On to the next one. See ya.